startup game has been activated. Okay, we are on.
Has anyone seen Nate Shapiro? He hasn't come into the office in, 15 years.
Hi, I'm Cookie Masterson, and I am the face of the multi-billion-dollar industry that is humorous trivia. All by yourself? Yeah, well, wouldn't be the first time. And your wrong answer of the game is being sponsored by
the Alliance of Mole People for a Better America. Look, mole Americans hate terrorism and love freedom just as much as human Americans. Trust us, we're not up to anything.
Pick the wrong answer associated with our sponsor to win a fabulous prize and big cash. Okie doke, this is really happening.
Get ready, time for question. One.
Kicking things off, Candy Crushed. I can't stop playing Candy Crush. It's like heroin. At first it was great, but now I hate it and it's ruining my life. If Candy Crush really is like heroin, what should I play to wean myself off of it? Barbitol Crush Saga, Methadone Crush Saga, Zoplicone Crush Saga, or Methamphetamine Crush Saga? Methadone is used for, among other things, drug detox programs. Methadone isn't cheap, but it can't be more expensive than the $70,000 worth of app helpers I bought for Candy Crush. Thank God this game's free, otherwise can you imagine how much I would have spent by now?
Oh, Mama gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Say it so.
Here we have Motley Shoe. And let's step into a DisOrDat. I'm going to read off 7 things, and for each one, tell me if it's a metal band from the 1980s and 90s or a style of women's boots. If it's a metal band, press the left arrow. If it's a style of women's boots, press the right arrow. We good? Here we go. Gladiator. Firehouse. Bondage. Cinderella. Wedge. Keel. Winger. You just want a date with John Bon Jovi. I'm no expert, but the best thing about women's boots is they make my ass look great.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Take a good look at so many disgusting ways to be American.
It's the put the choices into order, then buzz in and see if you are right. Question.
You know the drill. If you get this one right, I'll send some extra cash your way. Put these movies in chronological order based on the time period they're set in, from earliest to latest. American Hustle, American Pie, American Psycho. Pie Psycho Hustle, Psycho Hustle Pie, Hustle Psycho Pie, or Pie Hustle Psycho. American Hustle is set in the 70s, American Psycho is set in the 80s, and American Pie is set in the late 90s, early 2000s. That earned you an extra grand. The 70s, 90s, and 2000s. 3 different decades where Eugene Levy has played the exact same role. Open wide for Remove the Stitches after 1001 Arabian Nights. What would be different about Aladdin's genie if he magically gave himself a genioplasty? He would have a bigger chin, he would have firmer breasts, he would have a lifted butt, or he would have smaller ears. A genioplasty is a type of plastic surgery where the chin is augmented with an implant. Oh, I wish I had a genie.
Your wish is my command.
All I have is this lousy genie sound effect.
Your wish is my command.
5 fingers.
Let's try flab roller. How might a professional bowler respond if someone were to ask him how he manages to stay in such wonderfully below-average shape? Rolling balls down a 28-foot lane is great for the beer gut. Rolling balls down a 63-foot lane keeps my back fat firm. Rolling balls down a 104-foot lane really tones the jowls. Or, rolling balls down a 456-foot lane works my cankles. Time's almost up. A regulation bowling lane is 63 feet long from the foul line to the pin deck. I consider bowling good exercise. I mean, sure, gravity and momentum do 90% of the work getting the ball down the lane, but that other 10%, that takes some real slight arm movement. That'll bring an end to our first round. And you're sitting pretty for someone so ugly. Don't forget, all the questions in round 2 are worth double. And lest you forget, the wrong answer of the game is still there for the taking. Let's get back to the action. Try this on for size. A 3-day getaway to beautiful Valhalla. Suppose Dante returns after his travels in the Divine Comedy and starts posting pictures to Facebook. What is he most likely to write about his second destination? Here's me in heaven, here's me in purgatory, here's me in hell, or here's me in Toledo. In the Divine Comedy, Dante's first stop is hell, and his third stop is heaven. And in between, his second stop is purgatory. It's funny to put pictures of purgatory on Facebook because endlessly scrolling through a Facebook feed full of vacation pics is actually what they make you do in purgatory.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
Take a stab at... Hey, wig spender. Hold on, I'm just going over my credit card bill. Who the hell spent $400 at the wig shop?
I did, Dunny.
Billy O'Brien?
No, Daddy O'Brien.
One's made of skin, one's made of wood, so who's the dummy?
Not me.
Billy.
Daddy.
Betty, how could you spend so much on wigs?
I'm trying to get my hair just right. I want to resemble Audrey Hepburn. Oh, speaking of which, what hairstyle must I get in order to look like Audrey Hepburn in Breakfast at Tiffany's? A Dufont, a Tage Joy, a Turn, or an Utdo? Audrey Hepburn famously had an Utdo in Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Well, Betty, I must say the pixie cut looks very good on you.
Oh, thank you. Why don't we go back to my place and mess around?
Billy, Betty, is your hair... Is that moss?
Yes, it is.
That explains the smell.
Pretty alluring, is it not?
Follow me down to the sea.
I call this one Gone with the Vin. Let's say all Vin Diesel movies can be put into two categories. Ones where his acting relies on grunting, or ones where his acting relies on sneering. What kind of chart should I use to find the movies where he both sneers and grunts? A Vin Diesel Venn diagram, a Vin Diesel Venn diagram, a Vin Diesel Venn diagram, or a Vin Diesel Van diagram? Venn diagrams, spelled V-E-N-N, feature circles that contain a set of data. In this case, where the circles overlap in the middle is where you'll find those awesome movies that have both grunting and sneering. And if there's one thing a Vin Diesel fan loves, it's using charts to analyze complicated data. Woohoo! Next up, reduce, reuse, reheat. It seems like a lot of factories are going green these days. I don't like it. If there aren't plumes of smoke coming out of factory chimneys, then what are street urchins gonna choke on? Anyway, it got me wondering. If the Cheesecake Factory went completely green, what would be the only sauce they'd offer? Hollandaise sauce, chimichurri sauce, mole sauce, or bechamel sauce? Here's where the money is. Made from parsley, the Argentinian sauce chimichurri has a bright green tint. And I like a lot of sauce on my cheesecake. Saucy cheesecake. No, mole is not your friend. But moles will be with this T-shirt of a mole holding an American flag, just like the one you won from the Alliance of Mole People for a Better America. Blindly follow us to a better tomorrow. Today's wrong answer of the game is accompanied by an $8,000 cash bonus. Have at it. It's time for Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
Known to reach over 20 feet tall. Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus. The planet Uranus is way over 20 feet tall. I mean, it's at least 30 feet tall. Probably more. I don't know. I'd have to see it up close. Step right up to the Jack Attack. When you see two clues that match, press the space bar. 2,000 if you're right, but you lose 2,000 if you're wrong. And of course,
remember the clue.
It's gotta be a match that fits this clue. Let's get Randy. Who's your Randy fella? Good luck. That's all she wrote! We used to have a sound grip who worked for us named Randy. I wonder whatever happened to him.
I still work here, Cookie.
It's almost like I can feel his presence even though he's gone.
Cookie, I'm standing right in front of you.
Yes, Randy, yes you are. I miss you, big guy.
You don't know Jack!
Hi, I'm Tony Panchisi, owner of DIY Spaghetti Emporium, where DIY stands for Do It Yourself. I mean it. I don't have any staff, so you're doing everything in this restaurant for yourself. My name isn't Tony Palucci. You're waiting your own table. You're cooking your own meal. And buddy, if you got time to lean, you got time to clean, capiche? So now you think your night's over because your family's done eating, huh? We close at 11:30, so get your ass back out there and wait on that two-top in Section 4. Nobody ducks out early on me, come on Pedestro. And have you seen the state of those bathrooms? One of the women's toilets has a clog that could choke a horse. So if you're ready for a home-cooked Italian meal and earning half the minimum wage, come on down to DIY Spaghetti Emporium. Ask for me, Rachel Hanrahan.